Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I've tried filming this video 3 times already, but my autofocus was going so nuts. Like it was going in and out and in and out of focus. So if this isn't like perfectly clear, it's my first time using manual focus. So just keep our fingers crossed that we are in focus the whole time and it's not blurry. I got myself an iced coffee from Dunkin', and today we are going to be filming my transgender question and answer. I know that I have filmed one of these 2 months ago, but we have gained several subscribers since that video went live, and I want you guys to get to know me as best as you can. So I did take to Instagram and I asked you guys to ask me any questions. You guys know nothing is off the table. I am an open book. Honestly, I have talked about many things I'm sure other people would not want to talk about on the internet. So if you guys are new to my channel, do not forget to subscribe. The button will be down there. Give the video a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get to the nitty gritty and answer your questions. So the first question is from Alex_Karkey52. I have seen your laser beard removal video. What is the update? So I used to have a full beard. When I mean like mustache, beard, neck hair, all the way down to like around this area. And I, as you guys can see, am hairless. Not even that I've covered it up. I honestly am hairless. You guys can look back at my last makeup tutorial I did, which was like 2 or 3 days ago. And I do not have any hair. I do keep up with it though. So I do go for maintenance probably every 3 to 6 months just to make sure all the hair kind of stays away. Laser hair removal is nothing permanent. It is definitely a major hair reduction, but it is not permanent hair removal. I do still have some testosterone in my body, and so sometimes new hairs can sprout, but they're very thin. There is nothing that is very thick or coarse like I used to have. They're very vellus hair where you can't even see it, but to me, I feel like the whole world can see it. I just go for maintenance. That's pretty much all I do, and it has been 2 years hair-free. The next question is from Cindy_Vanessa, and I've seen her username many times on these question and answers. So, hi, how are you? And the question is, every trans male to female person gets asked this. Who is top, you or your bae? I'm not going to go in too much into my relationship just because, like, he's a very private person and he doesn't like all of the stuff like on the internet, which is fine. So I can just talk about my stuff. But he is very heterosexual. He's never been with a trans woman. He's never been with a guy. Like, he's not bisexual. He's literally heterosexual to the most degree, I guess you could say. But he is very open to me being a trans woman. He doesn't make me feel any type of way. As for like sex, I'm not going to go into too much of the detail because that's our private business. But like I said, he's very heterosexual. So I am always on the bottom bunk and he's always on the top bunk. And that's just how we like it. So the next question is from Blondie3287. When starting a new relationship, when and how do you bring up your transgender status? And how does it usually go? I always bring it up before even meeting the person. So either it is on my description of my dating app or I tell them in a message. Because I personally feel that I don't want to go on a date with someone, 2 or 3 dates, and then tell them that I'm trans and then be like, okay, you know what? It's not something I'm interested in. And that's it. I don't want to invest time, energy, and anything into a relationship if they don't really know who I am from the beginning, so they can choose whether or not they want to walk or whether they want to stay and, you know, maybe see if it can work. You know, a lot of trans people keep their gender identity, you know, a secret until maybe they feel that this is like something that can go somewhere. And honestly, I can't say if that's right or wrong. I just know I get attached very easily. And, you know, after the 3rd date, I'm like, so when are we getting married? To, you know, help myself not go through any heartbreak, I just tell people right away. The next question is from Abby Jo Rose. When you made the decision to transition, was it difficult for you to tell your family and were they supportive? I'm planning a different video for this, but when I was 19 is actually when I started taking hormones. And I took them for a good 8 months until I stopped. And then I kind of not reverted back. Like, I think I was buying girl clothes at that point, but I still had like my beard. Like, that was kind of my safety blanket. My parents were not very supportive in the beginning, like when I was 19. They thought I really didn't know what I was doing. They didn't really, you know, understand the whole, what being trans was. And we sat down and we watched the Gigi Gorgeous documentary and we watched a documentary on I can't remember. It was like Katie Couric or something that did it on like trans people. Like my whole family sat down and watched it. And like after that, my parents kind of both sat back and were like, okay, like this is it. Like this is what she's going to do. And this is not just something she randomly thought of. This is something she's felt for her whole life. And ever since that day, like my parents have been the most supportive ever. Like, I have not had one family member say, oh, we disown you because you're trans. Like nobody, not one person in my whole entire big family has anyone said that to me. There are not a lot of people that have that support system. A lot of people's parents kick them out. A lot of, families disown their kids for being trans, for being gay, for being with, someone of a different race. Like there's a lot of reasons that parents just don't accept their children, and it's really sad. But I got really lucky. And I know that there's a lot of very supportive parents on my channel that, watch me. And I have seen countless comments of parents who are very supportive of their kids. And I thank you guys so much for that. The next question is from model.eva. Do you ever get clocked in public? I don't think so. I feel like a lot of guys stare at me, you know what I mean? Especially when I go out like looking like this, like very cute. A lot of guys like stare at me and stuff like that. But honestly, like I don't ever think I get clocked. I'm not saying that I don't. I'm not saying that there aren't people that are like, oh, that girl's trans or whatever. But like, as to my knowledge, no. They used to clock me all the time. Like when I was first starting out and, I was maybe like a year on hormones and my face looked very different and I did not have a boob job and I just looked a little bit more on the masculine side. I definitely think I got clocked a lot more, like going into a store than I do now. The next question is from Zara Ilaya. Sorry if I butchered your name. How do you find your style as a woman? I'm trying to figure mine out and I'm struggling. It's taken me a while just to find things that look good on my body. I have body dysmorphia. I have gender dysphoria. Like I've got all these things that like really make it very hard to like pick a good style to wear and where I feel super comfortable. You just really have to try on a bunch of different things. Like maybe not right this second because of the coronavirus, but when stuff starts to open and you can try stuff on, like go to stores and really just pick out things you like. Like if you like it and you're like, okay, you know what? I want to try it on. Go try it on and be like, you know what? Okay, this doesn't look good on my body. So then you start to realize like, okay, this style of clothes does not look good and this style. The next question is from the same person. Any advice on how to get better at makeup? I keep trying and keep failing. Okay, well, I do makeup here on YouTube. I try to do as many tutorials as I can. So if you just want to go back and look through, I do have a ton of makeup tutorials. I have one video that I dedicated to like trans makeup tips, which I will put up there. I do makeup tutorials on the regular. So definitely just watch those videos and just search YouTube for makeup tutorials and just practice. Like what I used to do is every single night before, like either I took my makeup off or I went to bed, like I would literally do like 2 different eyeshadow looks on each eye. Just to practice and get better and better and better because honestly, that's what it is. Practice does make perfect. The next question is from the same person again. Has your sexuality changed at all since transitioning? No, I have never liked girls. I've never even been interested in trying anything with girls. Like, I feel like the only thing I've ever done is like kiss a girl. Like, but like when girls are like drunk and they like kiss other girls, like that's literally all that's ever happened. I've never had any like want to like go and like sleep with a girl. I've never had any want to like be romantically involved with a girl. I'm not saying that I would never. I'm just saying that like, no, like I'm very heterosexual and I've like always loved and been attracted to like extreme masculinity. I think that's why I'm so attracted to my current boyfriend because like he just is very masculine and like works with his hands all day and stuff like that. So no, I definitely don't think that I would ever be like bisexual or like pansexual. Okay, a question from YouTube. Has something changed in your foot shoe size? I will soon start with my male to female therapy, but I'm insecure about it because I have such big feet and cannot fit into women's shoes. No. So your actual bone structure does not change at all. So all of the bones like I have like under like I guess like my fat layers on my face and on the rest of my body do not change at all. Like that like hormone therapy does not do anything to your bones. Once they are there, they're set in and they don't change. So your shoe size, unfortunately, will not change at all. I am a 9.5 in women's. I got lucky. My feet aren't huge. They're not very like petite and small either. You know, they're very like normal size, but you may have to custom order shoes, unfortunately, because like I said, hormone therapy will not do anything for your like hands, wrist, and feet. Okay, the next question is also from YouTube, and this is going to be the last question we answer because I don't want this video to be too long. Who was the first person or maybe the first show that made you say, wow, they are actually like me? Your videos are great and your makeup is even better. Thank you for all the wonderful content. Well, thank you. The first person I ever saw on, in the world, that I felt I was exactly liked was Gigi Gorgeous. I've said this a lot here on my channel. I have always felt like a really strong connection to her. I've wanted to start YouTube in a way because of her making her videos. She was so funny and she really came out publicly and transitioned publicly. And I did not know really what being transgender was before she came out in, I think, 2012 maybe. And I was like, you know what? I'm transgender. And like ever since then, like I knew I was trans, but it was something that was like very hard for me to kind of deal with. It was very hard for me to kind of like process it. But she was the first person in media that I was like, wow, like she is exactly like me. I think the other person who I am not really the hugest fan of, but was kind of a trailblazer in, really getting the whole transgender movement, I guess, maybe out there was Caitlyn Jenner. I think she really got the conversation going about being trans. There are a lot of other people who I look up to, like Jeanette Mock, Laverne Cox, Gigi, Carmen Carrera, like all these trans women, trailblazers I look up to, and they really are doing what they can for us trans people. Okay, guys, that is all that I have for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions that I maybe did not answer in this video, definitely leave them down in the comments below, and I will be sure to make another one. I love you guys so much. Do not forget to subscribe. Like I said, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye, guys.